Hi, I'm Leapfrog.
Hello, my name is Welcome to LogansStory. Today we're talking about Steven Spielberg Highlight. This next Steven Spielberg Highlight. Thank you for coming. Let's get into it. Alright, so the opening scene. It's one that everyone talks about. It's one that everyone seems to address in terms of what Saving Private Ryan is. The dangers and the horrors of war. Guns being shot.
Where did you stay put? Where's he shot, Captain?
Bodies being flown everywhere. Casualties being lost. And the amount of Americans that were lost in this battle as well. What does that mean? What does that overall traction mean for the rest of the story, for the rest of the movie? Well, Steven Spielberg seemed to show war in terms of what it actually is. Horrible, horrible, horrible idea. But even though that's what he shows it, that doesn't mean we're crossed from understanding what the real purpose is. This is a movie full of, heroism. And heroism comes at a price in terms of this case. And because of that, there's no other way to put it than this. What is heroism in terms of the wake of war? And how does it win the war? How does it compel the war to stop? Well, the leader, Tom Hanks, is not gung-ho about saving Private Ryan, but knows it's the right thing to do. Due to a mission that was co-logged by his constituents, he ends up being part of a ragtag group sent to save Private Ryan. And that overall sends the picture into a wayward spiral. The amount of casualties, the amount of sacrifices, the amount of heroism in this movie limits anything you may see in Steven Spielberg's other movies. But this movie seems to carry so into the pack syndrome, in terms of what that means to be brothers to your constituents, people you're working with. Because here's the thing, you fight together, you die together, you're brothers. And that's the only way to really put it. But here's the thing, in terms of military and war effort, this could mean a lot of things. But what are the nooks and crannies? What are the little things that make this movie in terms of what it should be? A heroism movie. Let's go into detail. Okay, so to put the picture into perspective, what does it mean to be in one way or another a soldier for the right cause? And what does it mean to be in one way or another a soldier for the right circumstance? What does it mean to be a soldier for the right moral reason? Are you fighting for a country that believes so much in freedom? Or are you fighting for a country that is in tyranny and mass control? Germany, in terms of the beaches of Normandy, is fighting for control, complete control. And the Allies, Americans, are fighting for freedom, to show freedom for the rest of the world, to let it see and seep through that the Americans are for freedom, as well as the Allies are for freedom. But one thing that crosses the net in terms of being in the sense of hardship and war is the amount of bravery that comes through the Allies and the Americans. The bravery is on account of one thing: sacrificing yourself for the greater good. Whatever that may mean, it can mean something great or it can mean something bad. But the thing is, we're all in this together. That's the thing about war. That's the thing about military. That's the thing about soldiers. They're all in this together. They got it. Even though they may disagree on something, whether it be politics, whether it be economics, whether it be situations at home, whether it be what's your favorite video game, it could be anything that they could disagree on. But the focus is, in terms of every soldier that's ever known to be, is they're meant to protect the word freedom in terms of the country of America. And this movie shows that to a heightened degree. So that's why, in terms of people who've been through the military, it's all the more reason to give them respect. Because they went through hell, and they got through it, and they came out alive. Do you hear me? They came out alive. So when you think about everything that comes in the notion of carrying a movie so far, Steven Spielberg shows why it's important to respect everything that comes with, well, the soldier. The eye of the crowd that goes into the war with a gun. And, well, because of that, it's all the more reason to thank a veteran for what he's done. Now, because of that, what does that mean for you and I? How can we connect to an everyday soldier, even today? Well, application of course. Saving Private Ryan is a reason why the soldier is respected. Vietnam is a reason why a soldier is respected. And Korea is the reason why the soldier is respected. Everything a soldier goes through, whether it be the Gulf War or the war on drugs in Pakistan, they have a reason to fight. And even though some die, and most die, some know the mission, some don't. They walk in blind sometimes. It's important to understand that a war veteran is a treasure. It's a treasure for you, the viewer. And that's why when you're watching a war movie, whatever it may be, it's the sacrifice that they put in terms of what they are and who they are. And sometimes we forget the names. Sometimes we disrespect them. Veterans have been on the streets for years. But what can we do to show them respect? It's, as far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest things we could possibly do. Because Saving Private Ryan shows the dangers of war. And let me ask you this. Would you go through war? Would you go through that pain? Would you leave a 5-year-old daughter and a wife? Or a brother? Or a sister? Would you risk that? Because when you sign up for the military, no matter what you go through, you're signing up to be a sacrifice for this nation. So, would you do that? I can tell you right now, I can't. I love my brothers and sisters. I love my mom and my dad. I don't think I can handle putting myself through the word sacrifice in terms of the world that is the military. But they do. They allow me to eat fried chicken every morning. I can get up every morning and go to work. And work to, a job I love. Well, sort of love. I can go to school because of military veterans. I can do what I want in terms of being an American. I'm free to even be here on YouTube and, be free to do this in terms of social media and making sure my social media is pointed towards positivity rather than negativity. No propaganda at all. But the thing is, and the thing we should take away from this is, the one thing that we should take away from this is, when you think about heroism, what do you think about? Is the necessary knowledge of what makes a soldier a soldier and makes what you? What is heroism? What is sacrifice? What is compassion in terms of sacrifice? What is a soldier? Thank you for coming to the application, and let's continue forward. Thank you for coming to LogansStory. Thank you for coming to the Steven Spielberg Highlight. The more highlights in the future, so take me out for those. Also, the mission is 1,000 subscribers. You guys know me get there by hitting the share, like, and subscribe button right under the screen. Also by hitting that bell. Leave a comment if you can too. Thank you again, and peace.